Hello everyone, this is Vinny Tartamella. I am the creator of City of Venus, Dead City, Shadow of the Kraken, and co-creator of Through the Woods. And this is the first masterclass. Today I decided I'll be doing, I guess like the first of my drawing classes. People have been asking me how I dress such sexy women and things like that. So by popular demand as well, I decided I'll start with everyone's favorite, which is the hourglass shape of a woman. Uh, I'll do the front and back view since people want to see the butt as well. So basically, this drawing that I had started, this is to kind of show you the shape I tend to go with. My artwork is a little bit more on the realistic side, and then I put some comic book flair to it. So I just kind of wanted to break things down a bit. So you can basically see in this image, what we're going with is the hourglass shape of a woman, right? So it's this kind of shape is what we're kind of starting with. And basically, the focus is kind of on the curve of the hips and the going into the pelvic area. And then you can put the legs. But basically what I have down here on this bigger drawing is like a quick breakdown of kind of how I do it. So I do go with that shape, and I put the focus, not the focus, but what you got to think with women especially, their hips come out further than men's do. So basically what we have here is again, it goes with the curves. So like in that hip area, you have like the hip flexors that kind of break off into this triangular kind of shape. But with women, their hip structure is a little bit different than men. Men are more boxy. Women have curves to them. And that's, I hit the wrong thing here. Sorry about that. What we have to keep in mind is, oh, maybe I should do it with, hold on a sec. I'll pull up another layer and I'll choose another color. Bear in mind, this is the first time I'm doing something like this. So, basically, women have the pelvic area, that whole bone here, but then the way that their hips come out, the ball and socket, is kind of like this if you're looking at the understructure. And then this is why they usually have like this kind of protruding area. It's because of the ball and socket joint, right? That's what pops out. That's what you're going to see. So if the hips are kind of, we're in this kind of boxy shape, and it's on an angle like that, it's the way that they're sitting. So then the pelvic area in here, the pelvic floor is tilted. So as it's tilted, like that bone would pop up in a slightly different position on the other side. So you see it protruding on this side. That's what gives women the nice curvature what we're talking about in here. So basically, yeah, you want to go with the shape, right? You want to go with round shapes when it comes to women. So it's kind of what I've been doing here. Just erasing this nonsense. But yeah, remember you got to go with a certain flow to it. And since we're talking about the hourglass shape, people tend to put the navel either way too low or way too high. It's kind of like in that mid area. But the best thing is look at reference, really study the human form, think about the understructure of it all. I kind of again, I'm doing it on the computer, so it's a little bit different than if I had a pencil and paper. But you got to remember too that the way that the body is positioned, you have like this line from the hips that goes straight into the inner thigh muscles. So I know I'm jumping on two drawings, but I hope it's not too confusing. You'll see like, alright, it got a little thicker than I wanted, but you can see like that inner muscle that it goes straight up the body. So, and then we have like the sides of the abs, and it goes into all the other stuff. But I don't think it's too tricky. And the other thing I wanted to kind of point out for people too is go with kind of like think like cylinder shapes, roundness and the curvature of a body, you know? Because when you start to put in, if you're doing shadowing, coloring, things like that, you want to think about how the body and the curves, how that reflects with the rest of the figure itself. You know, if it's getting hit by light. So like if there's light coming from this direction onto the body, obviously the shadows are going to be a little bit different as well, right? So I'll grab my brush. It keeps coming out too thick. Something's wrong with my Photoshop today, but so you gotta play with kind of the positioning of things, right? So there's some of that behind rump area, but if there is going to be that shadowing coming from that direction, it's going to hit certain parts of the muscles. So you're not going to see, you know, that roundness is going to help you essentially, and kind of what we're doing here. So I hope some of this is making sense. I'm not much of a teacher. I know instinctively what to do and what not to do, and I kind of go with it, but to explain it's a little bit different on my end. But again, this is going to take some practice and getting used to, because I want to do a few more of these kind of breakdown drawings. But I hope this helps a little bit. So at least how I kind of operate. Since a lot of people were curious. But let me do real quick. I guess we really need a smaller drawing, but if you guys want to see backside, we'll do the backside as well. So essentially, again, we're thinking about that hourglass shape. And we'll try this again. So if we're talking about the hourglass shape, and you got to keep in mind that, again, the pelvic area, we get that nice heart shape for a woman. The butt is, I guess you could say, it almost looks like an upside down butterfly would be, I guess, the best way to describe it. If you see the butterfly in the rump area, this is kind of what we're going with, right? And then again, it's since the bone sticks out a bit more. Oops. Let me fix that up. Again, if this is pencil and paper, it'd be a different story, and things wouldn't look as choppy. But this is the best way I could do it from this point. So please bear in mind with me on that. And then and then you're thinking about thighs, the curvature, that kind of thing. And then most women, they have like this kind of dimple area. You could say it's like a triangle back here. It goes into the lower back. So yeah, this is kind of how I do my female drawings. I mean, people have, you know, universally we have the same shape, which is men and women are slightly different. Again, women, the boxiness, I'm sorry, the hourglass shape is because of the hips and the pelvic area of a woman. Men are more boxy, since, you know, obviously we don't have kids, so we don't really, our pelvis are shaped differently, but everyone has a slightly different shape. You know, not everyone is cut and dry, so that's why you're going to see a lot of different, kind of how like the body fat and that kind of thing is between different people. If someone works out or they don't, and then obviously their the regular genetics are slightly off. Some people, they could work really hard and never get these like back dimples. Some people, they'll naturally have them all their lives. It's like those subtle little changes. So when you're doing a drawing, it depends on what you want, what you're looking for, what you like to see. I think aesthetically speaking, I prefer a woman who's kind of fit, but on a little bit on the thicker side. Especially with the drawings that I do, I think it makes sense to go that route. Because it's first of all, it's fun to draw, and I think it's pleasing to a lot of people, um, just kind of in general. But yeah, I hope this helps you guys. Again, this is a short kind of demonstration. My first go at doing something like this to kind of teach people a little bit of what I do. But yeah, so again, as promised, you guys wanted to see it, so here's my I guess my first master class. Emphasis on the S part in class. So thank you everyone for tuning in. If you enjoy more, if you want to see more of this, because again, this is something new I'm trying. Um, with my workload, things have been a little bit different and strange lately. I'm trying to catch up on a lot of work because I just did a full month of fulfillment on Through the Woods, my hardcover book that's available right now in Indiegogo. Um, yeah, that was a lot of work to get those books out. They're still being delivered, so if you haven't gotten yours yet, you know, you should have gotten an email that has tracking on it. And for any reason, if you didn't get that, you could also contact me. But try to wait a little bit longer as well, because I know the stupid virus that's going on. It really screwed up a lot of the mail. So yeah, it's a weird time, but you guys know that. But anyway, yeah, I've been sending them out like crazy, but now I'm catching up on other work, so I'm trying to keep a lot of my attention focused on what I'm doing because it is a new project. I have more than half of it's done already. This is the pirate story I've been telling a lot of people about. So that one, I have a really good feeling about it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So I'm doing that and a little bit of freelance work as well. I had some things lined up, kind of even a month ago, but again, things have been a little nuts. I want to do some more live streams as well, but they're going to be more sporadic, not as planned out like I used to do. So if you do see it, if you want to get on my show for any reason, to promote your whatever current campaigns you have as well, I'm still doing those, but I might be dropping like the link into the chats instead. Yeah, again, feeling it out, playing it by ear. I'm a little rusty at YouTubing because again, I've been off for like a month. Well, not off. I've been working my ass off on the fulfillment, but you know what I mean. I've been away from YouTube for a while, so I'll be getting back into it. In the meantime, I did update a little bit more of my campaigns, including City of Venus. I put up some original art tiers, so it's like convention style pieces. As they sell, I'm going to be removing them because they're one of a kind drawings. So I'll remove it once it sells. I'll remove the tier rather, and then I'll put up probably a new piece. If people like them, I'll continue doing that kind of thing as well. But yeah, again, trying to change things up a little bit. So I hope you guys like it. Please continue to tune in. Um, yeah, so thank you guys again. Please check out my other social media. I'm Vinny Art on Twitter. My YouTube, please subscribe to this, ring the bell for other updates. Sorry if I'm all over the place. Again, it's been a very, very strange month and a half. So getting back into it. I appreciate everyone who tunes in, who's been following me. I promise to keep things entertaining. I want to do some more special interviews as well coming up. So keep an eye out. And yeah, we'll continue to try to have some fun and keep things more positive. I might do my next drawing stream. Instead of doing like just the video like this, maybe I'll do it as an actual stream so people could chime in. I'll probably have someone co-hosting so I could focus on the drawing because you can even hear I keep kind of diverting what I'm saying and tripping over my own words because it's, trying to show what I'm doing here, and then like thinking about it out loud. Because again, I'm not one of those artists who normally could just sit there and teach like some kind of a master class and break down every little bit. I could do it through instinct, and then I try to explain it. So doing two things at once is kind of, you know, how my imagination works, and um, kind of teaching you guys is I'm trying to find a proper blend of it, if it makes sense. Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy, but you guys know that if you've been following me for a while. But we'll continue to keep the cool artwork coming, the great projects coming, and yeah, I'll do my best to be, I guess, a better teacher as well when it comes to this kind of thing. Um, but yeah, see, even as I'm talking, I'm still kind of playing around with what I'm doing here. But again, remember, we're talking about cool shapes, um, fun drawings. Uh, think about what you're doing. Think about structure. How the human form works, how it is. But yeah, we'll be playing around a little bit more in the future, and this is just kind of my test run at doing this. So thank you guys again. Please keep an eye out for further updates from me as well on my campaigns on YouTube, on Twitter. Um, I'm also on Facebook, though I don't check it as often. I'm also on Instagram, so you can check all that stuff out. But yeah, thank you all, and have a good night, a good day, wherever you're at. Remember, be kind to one another, but kick ass while you create. Later.